We will now have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is February 20th, 10:01. Call this meeting to order. All three county commissioners are here, and we want to thank, and we're glad to see Sean back from his surgery and 2 inches taller, so we appreciate that. Can we have consents and approvals?
We have 9 exonerations for $3,167.88. General County Fund, $45,772.54. Coal severance, $19,155.40. Assessor's valuation, $3,000. Purchasing card vouchers, General County, $44,463.56. Coal severance, $2,552.26. 911, $660. Mason-Dixon Park, $722.11. Assessor's valuation, $303.01, for a voucher total of $116,628.88. We have budget revisions that require state approval for general fund, $5,000 for the homeless shelter, for the warming shelter that you had previously approved, and then we have a law enforcement overtime revision. And the position vacancies for boards and authorities: the Western Board of Zoning Appeals, the Monongalia County Planning Commission, the Monongalia County Development Authority, Monongalia County Building Commission, Camp Muffley, and Mason-Dixon Park Advisory Boards. Fiduciary orders for February 20th, 2019.
Move for approval. Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Great. Introduction of new employees, personnel changes. Sheriff, the Honorable Sheriff Perry Palmer.
Just her
Okay.
Good morning.
This must be Hannah.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Sean.
My first introduction is for process transport, full-time, Hannah Deely. She'll be starting on the 1st of March at a salary of $2,557.20 per month with full benefits.
Move for approval. Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Welcome.
Welcome. Passes.
Nice to have you.
Thank you for coming in.
It's been a long time coming for finally getting some deputies.
Yes. Wow.
To give you guys a little bit of what we've been through, we put out for applications in October. I think it was October, Carrie, for deputy sheriff. We had 49 people sign up to take the test. January the 8th, the day of the test, we had 17 people show up to take the test. Then with their physical agility and the written that was in Charleston, my list is 8 people. So out of 8, I have 4 vacancies. So these two will be starting on March 1st. Ed Olish and Corey Schubert. Corey already a process transport downstairs.
Okay.
Their salaries are $3,404 per month. We tried to put a rush on it, and hopefully there's an academy class starting April 15th, so we got their paperwork in.
Okay.
We're in a process of trying to get at least one more to the academy, if we can. The paperwork's supposed to be in by the end of the month, so it's just, and I know we're not the only department. I know Morgantown City, everybody's having problems with getting hires, but once you do the background on everybody, and this is what you end up with. But we're glad to have them. We're glad to have them.
You know,
Yeah.
You mean this is the cream? This is the cream of the top.
What I'm saying is,
The cream that
you
risen
end
to
up
the
with
top.
you end up with 8 names.
Yeah.
That's what you end
Right.
up with, that you have to do, and you get 3 names, and you have to do. But by the time you do the background and everything, so these are the guys that come through with the first 2. So we are glad to have
Move
you.
for
definitely.
approval.
Second.
Properly moved in second for the cream of the crop. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome.
We welcome you.
Now,
Yeah,
the
I
other
welcome
two
you too.
positions, just for clarification, do you have people possibly for those, or?
We're down to 5 names. And
Okay.
we're doing backgrounds on a couple, so we possibly
So it's
do.
possible you might be coming back to us in the near future?
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, I hope and we'll probably be setting up the test again because it takes
Okay.
12 weeks to do
I
the
know,
test.
this
So
is-
it's a
We hear
vicious cycle.
it's a statewide problem.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
In Morgantown PD, just even in our WVU, everybody's applying for jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
That's what you end up with.
Yeah.
Any assessor? Okay. Hi, come on down. How you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I believe Chief Deputy Tenney presented all the paperwork
Yes.
last week. I'm just here for the actual introduction to Pam Stanley, new employee in the office. She will be replacing Sue Ann when she leaves, Sue Ann Solomon.
Move for approval.
We already did,
We already did.
actually.
Yeah.
You weren't here.
because
Yeah, we
I'm
did it
just here to
last week.
introduce.
She's
That's
just
why
in
that
her-
sheet was sitting
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
yeah.
Okay.
Mr.
Well,
Tenney just
welcome,
wanted
and
us to.
I know Ms. Stanley.
introduce
Good to meet you.
And I'm honored to have you part of our family. Thank you.
Yes.
I know Miss Stanley also.
Yeah.
She's a long
Oh,
time-
God, that's two
long
check
time
marks
employee at
against
ACL,
you.
I know,
so
I'm very
We're
excited.
lucky to have her.
I think
Yes.
we got a good one.
This is
Well,
great.
you have a clean slate with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for introduction of employees? If not, we'll move to comments from the public. Is there anyone who would like to stand up and talk? You're allowed to speak. I didn't know if you're here for that or you're for some other.
No, he's here for.
Oh, he's here for
on the
another.
agenda.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Comments be closed. Grants, Ms. Colleen Kuhn, come on down.
I have the Community Development Block Grant application for MAYSP. They're requesting $15,000 from the city of Morgantown for that grant.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just want to see what it's for. Okay, and I do want to state, it's direct delinquency and substance abuse intervention services to low-income families living within the Morgantown city limits. Good, because we're not having too many agencies willing to do that. Okay, do we have any, wait, that's right, we now have a presentation. Now I realize. Hi, Mr. Robinson, come on down. If you want to come forward the podium, state your name, your address, your personal ID number, and
Thank you.
I do appreciate you coming.
Yes.
Especially in this weather.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
So, good morning, Don Robinson, 359 Vitez Drive, Morgantown, West Virginia. Happy to be here, because it's the second year of my presentation, so I think anytime you can start a community activity and come back for the second go-around, clearly the first was a success, so I appreciate the support the commission showed last year. So what I have presenting today is our second annual Mon County Baseball Classic at the ballpark. And if you recall from last year, what the vision that we set out, which holds true today, is to provide the opportunity for the local high school players to play at a minor league field, bring outside teams into town, increase the utilization of the ballpark, and then make the overall experience as close as possible to a minor league game for the players. Last year was a great success, great partnership both with the County Commission, BSN Sports, Metro News. 3 great games. Having the games streamed live by Metro News was a huge success. Quite honestly, one of the biggest challenges that I have now is I get calls from about everywhere in the state asking if teams could come play, which is, again, one of the things that we wanted to set a goal going forward. So year 2 enhancements, the one I'm most excited about, I think there's a lot of great enhancements, but the one I'm most excited about is we're partnering with Stepping Stones this year.
see that.
So making that a Stepping Stone event, and including, you'll see in the host of games, is a Stepping Stones athlete game. So we'll have 5 high school games, but in between, we'll have the Miracle Field athletes come and play a game as well, or a couple of exhibition innings. So really want to bring awareness to Stepping Stones. A lot of great activities going on with them trying to expand their facilities. But I think also for the student athletes to get them to see how lucky they are, both the environment they're in, but if you've ever participated in a Stepping Stones game, it's an unbelievable experience. So not only will those athletes be able to play, but we're going to have our student athletes participate in that game as well. Second thing is we made a 2-day event. So last year we had 3 games on Friday. This year there's 2 games on Friday and 4 games, including the Stepping Stones game on Saturday. Prep Baseball Report, which is a national recruiting service, has agreed to partner, and they're going to have scouts at the game to evaluate the talent, and they help introduce kids to colleges and open doors in that realm. So we'll have people there. And then if you look at from the games, we have 2 of the 3 state champions playing, and the number of high-profile players between the kids we have at Morgantown University. Spring Valley has a lot of great athletes, Parkersburg Catholic, Moorfield, et cetera. Really exciting slate of games. So I laid out the games for you on Friday night, GW and University, Morgantown and Ripley, and then on Saturday, Parkersburg Catholic and Trinity, the Stepping Stones game, Spring Valley and Bridgeport, and Moorfield in West Virginia. The total cost estimates for this year's $16,200. Last year was just over $11,000. The increase is really expanding that to the second day. So, the request of the commission is last year you had approved $5,500. The request this year is for $6,000 through other sponsorships, the bank, some personal donations, and other sponsorships. We're going to cover the remaining costs, plus have some funds available for Stepping Stones as well. All the other activities are the same. With Metro News has agreed to stream the games. Lanny Terry, the great Pirate announcer, is coming down to do the games again. So I think it's a great experience for the boys. So.
One clarification, Don, you said Moorfield was playing West Virginia.
Oh, sorry, Notre Dame. Sorry.
Playing Clarksburg, Notre Dame, that
Clarksburg.
wouldn't be
Thank
much
you.
of a game. And I appreciate everything you've done to make this happen. Last year, I think this is the 3rd year in a row that we've actually said, let's start having regular games. First year was just
Right.
Morgantown High was going to play University High anyhow, and they were working it out amongst themselves to play at the stadium. So we got that game, and then we went from 1 game to 3 games last year, 6 games this year. You've done a great job of spreading it around, local teams, all the local teams being able to play, plus bringing in talent. I mean, I don't know how you could have topped what you did last year, and you have. So I really appreciate everything you've done to that effect. And I know that you yourself put a lot of your business, MVB, does a lot of the backing of this, in addition to yourself. So I'd be very much inclined to sponsor at the requested $6,000 level. We would have to bring that to a public meeting and actually vote on it, but that would be my inclination.
Do you mind to put that on the agenda next
Sure.
week?
One question I had, and I wanted to clarify, gate, are you going to charge a gate?
This year we were going to do donations for Stepping Stones,
Okay.
so quasi feed entry, but it's really a
So if somebody
donation.
wanted to walk in, they could walk in,
They
they
could
wouldn't
walk
be,
in.
but
Right.
you're encourage a donation, which would all go to Stepping Stones.
Yes, sir.
Which I think is wonderful. I mean, because the community gets to come, and if they can't pay, great, we just want them to come. But if they, I've always found when you do these donation things, people end up giving more than they would have to pay to get in.
And the piece I didn't mention is all the teams are playing games in the area throughout the weekend. So the out-of-town schools, one of the requests I had was they stay at a Morgantown facility that Friday evening. So
Great.
there'll be good commerce for the area as well
And these are just the games at the stadium.
at the stadium break.
These teams are each guaranteed how many games in the area?
Each of them are playing 3 games in the area, and next year, we're looking to really turn it into a weekend tournament. With Morgantown High University, they're hosting several of the teams at Milan Park on Friday and Saturday as well, and then some of the other schools are playing in the surrounding area, but all coming up Friday night.
So, yeah, the way he's packaged it, it makes it worth their while to come up here for this game, but they also get a couple other games in, too, in the area. Again, having people in the community for the whole weekend. So, thank you, Don. You've really outdone yourself again.
Couple things. First, I just find it funny. I'm
It's the
looking
Spring
at,
Valley
That's
logo.
the Spring Valley.
That was the one they
Isn't
were on.
that
You
the
like
wild?
Groot?
I don't know if no one can see. It's
Groot.
It's Groot.
Right.
Baby
I
Groot.
just thought that was that really right away. People are going to think Groot's coming. Also, as you know, I'm on the CVB board, and also working on the inauguration of the first major track event, which is going to be happening that weekend. And we are looking at the possibility of combining the two, like offering, so if you go to one, we can give you a discount to the other. And that will give for these people having or wanting to do something. Friday night is the prelims, and then Saturday is going to be the major events
Great.
too. So it's just something we're going to try and combine, and we're going to get you all this free publicity
Great.
for this. So
Perfect.
I want to congratulate, especially like Sean said, to bring in Bridgeport and bring in these other schools from around the area to be allowed to use this is that was a great idea.
Great, appreciate it.
So we look forward to working with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Don does a great job of working with the ballpark and WU to make this happen. Obviously, you don't see a lot of WU involvement because the stadium's available because they're out of town.
Exactly.
So,
And then the
the
NCAA
purpose.
rules get in that they
Right.
really can't,
Yeah.
so it's.
but they are involved behind the scenes and
Right.
actually,
Help
know,
it.
coordinating with Don with everything he's doing. So I really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, Don, would you make sure that Ben has a copy
Sure.
of this?
Yeah.
And you can give him mine.
Yeah, I can have.
And maybe the lady from the TV may want to talk to you. Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks again, Don. I really
Thanks. Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. This is exciting. It's always have great news. Correspondence. Do we have any positive news? Or are we going to?
Yeah. We got the January financial report from Mountain Line Transit for the levy,
Okay.
and we've received a letter from Mountaineer Spay Neuter Assistance Program, just a recap on their activities for 2018.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. New business, consideration to approve a maintenance support agreement with Idemia Identity and Security USA LLC for the period of January 26, 2019 to January 25th, 2020 for the live scan system at the Mon County Justice Center. And I know we had talked about this.
Move for approval?
Second, it's not even worth explaining. I mean,
It's the
Did-
fingerprinting
yeah,
machine
it's a
down in
fingerprint, yeah.
Justice Building.
That we
The-
agreed to.
The contract is $4,582, and
Okay.
it covers January 26, 2019 through January 25th of 2020.
right. Thank you. We have proper move and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ooh, yes. To consider requesting authority over the Monongalia, West Virginia.gov, second level domain name be delegated to Mon County. And if you want to explain what we've been trying to do.
Okay, so we've been working with the IT staff regarding changing the web address from co.monongalia.wv.us, because it's a long thing to say, to monongaliawv.gov. And so in order to do that, we have to send a letter to .gov domain registration to get permission for us to use that. So that letter is here for your signature, and we'll get that out to them ASAP.
Motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
Motion and second approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Other new business items.
That's it.
Wow, this is a great day for like snow. Carrie, any items? Okay. Any elected officials? Okay. Sean, you weren't here last week, so we'll let you go first.
Okay. I have a very quick report. Obviously, I was out last week. Today, we have a pretty full day here at Commission with our work session meetings and BREs. Tomorrow, I have a Milan Park Board meeting first thing in the morning, and I also have a, can't remember what this acronym stands for, JUMA. It's Joint Use Agreement. It has to do with the CBV and Milan Park. It's that agreement as far as how they'll coordinate or advertise the aquatic center. I'm not doing it justice, but it's our first meeting. We've been struggling for like 2 months to get everybody in this room at the same time. So I'm going to the meeting to find out what it's about. So Friday, we have our MAP candidate interviews, and in the evening, we have an event for Judge Claudius' retirement. Saturday is Empty Bowls. Tom, I believe you're supporting that.
Right.
I'm had to pull out because I wouldn't be able to stand all day. But they had a replacement, and this is the first time I'll miss it in the last 3 years. But I encourage everybody to support that wonderful event. it's amazing what, you know, that being there for that day and everything that's going on in the room. It's, we've got a lot to be thankful for in this county with everybody, all the nonprofits that work towards the issue of food insecurity. So, present company included. And that's really all I have.
Thank you.
Okay, Wednesday evening, we did have the Planning Commission meet, and happy to announce that there were 13 resumes that had been sent in
Good.
for the review committee to whittle down, if you will, to candidates to, you know, be possibly interviewed. Friday, we had the jail bill working group, and thanks to cooperation from all the parties involved, we're starting to see some savings in our jail bill, which is a good thing. Obviously, we're still going to have incarcerations, but the less we pay, the better off we are. Monday evening, our Extension Services Commission met. That was for the employee evaluation as well as the budget approval, which will be sent to County Commission. As Sean mentioned, we continue with the BRE hearings, but tonight is a business after hours. The Chamber sponsors that Friday, the retirement for Judge Clauges. Now, there's also another good event. You see, I don't work the Empty Bowls. I go to the Empty Bowls, but I also have participated for the past 10 years in the Polar Plunge. So those of you who wish to come to 2 events on that day, you've got the Empty Bowls, and you can come out to the Polar Plunge. And lastly, last night I did have just occasion socially to speak with Tim Ball, MUB, and I just made inquiry as to whether or not there would be availability at the new reservoir for recreational development. And, you know, even though I know Bow Park will probably, this is city, you know, a city entity, perhaps this is something that we and Bow Park might be able to work on for recreation, in that MUB apparently has made a policy that they are not going to participate, but they're not going to actually say no to recreational development of this reservoir. So I think this might be the germ of a new idea. Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it.
Wow, this is going to be quick. Okay. As you stated, the Best of Morgantown Award is this evening. And I want to say that I was honored. I was selected as the best, quote, politician, but I made it very clear in all the statements that it should be read the Best County Commission Award, because without Sean and Ed, this award could not have happened. And I keep telling people that. So when I take it, I'm taking it for the 3 of us tonight. I'm real excited about that. Second, Saturday, we had the first time we had a Cheat Lake area. We did a food giveaway. 185 families, over 600 family members were served and given food. But I do want to make something clear. We could not have done it this time without WVU and the WVU students and WVU classroom. There were, and Mr. Brewster, and we had about 70 WVU students. And the reason why I say that is I now remember why we didn't have it out at Cheat Lake Fire Hall anymore, because they only have a single door. So when the food came, we had to make a line, 2 lines actually, and take 15,000 pounds of food off the truck and did a, Henry Ford would be very proud, system to carry all the food in individually, then set it up individually. Usually we're able to do that by carts. So I really want to thank everyone. And I will say Sean Sikора's daughter was there helping out with the Morgantown High class, and we're very appreciative of them being there. I do want the people to know, and I'll make it next week, also an announcement. The Solid Waste Authority is hosting a public gathering at the Morgantown Public Library on February 7th from 6 to 7:30 to discuss upcoming trash and recycling issues. Hopefully by then we'll have had the meeting with the Republic company to find out what if there are any major changes. So, but the Solid Waste Authority is having a meeting. And finally, I do want to say that Ryan Wallace was planning to be here. Due to the weather, he said he couldn't make it, but he said it for me to announce. Ryan was planning to come to discuss. Last night, he made public at the city council meeting that they are working with Steve Farmer and Ron Justice and the Ruby Foundation, a major change in the Ramada Inn. and he was going to speak to us to ask, and I'm gonna ask for approval of the county commissioners to allow me to be a part of this, which basically is the city and county working together with nonprofits and WVU Medicine to consider revamping Ramada Inn to make it a nonprofit area where all the agencies would be beneficial to use this, to have it as a housing site, to offer services and programs for the homeless and other individuals. And I am thrilled, as you all know, we've been privately, the three of us have been in the background, but it now is public. And I would ask if it would be, if I could represent us and keep you informed of that. Okay, well, I'm very excited about this. I will pass on to Ron. And I also think, as you said, you talked about MUB. This could also be another issue that, Sean, you've been looking for to bring the city and county together. And I think this is a absolute brainstorm that's never been done before in grants and with the city, county, university, and the public being involved with this. This could be where individuals could stay there in the houses and the, let's see, the food place can house 1,400 meals. So they can have houses without having to, to go to the landlords for the facilities, and we'll already have that. So I think this is a fantastic idea that we've been working on, and now it's public. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. With that, I am done. Do I have a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Ed, one thing though,
Yes,
on
ma'am.
your discussion with Tim Ball, that
Yes.
I've assumed you were thinking about the trail bill and coordination with that, because
Yeah.
that sounds like it's ripe for,
Yes.
you have areas that was the issue that needed to be absolved, was the insurance issue, the liability issue. And if you do that, there's so much area that
Oh, yes.
the recreation could just explode.
That brings one more thing. Samantha Stone did, I hope everyone watched last night in Channel 5, did a thing about road concerns. She's asked that we get back together for North Central to try and get together before, maybe next week before the end of the session.
good.
And I will state what she stated. We're very concerned of the lack of progress and movement, and almost like a detachment of Charleston and looking at our concerns. So we're gonna try and bring everything together and see what we can do. Okay.
Move to adjourn?
Yes.
Did you address unfinished business, because I didn't hear it?
Did I miss it?
I think you might have missed it.
Do we have any unfinished?
No, we don't, but.
Oh, okay. There is no unfinished business. Thank you.
Now I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Papa moves in second. We be gone.